Monday Night Football, baby. We're here.
There's only one other good play on Minnesota.
Touchdown in 46 seconds. Punches back. Touchdown.
Oh, if you didn't know, it's the Print Factory college football edition here, talking the national championship game, Miami against Indiana. And we got the two guys in the booth that'll be breaking this thing down for you. I'll just be running the ship here, not talking a ton of college football myself. But we got the man, Bruce, who's the mastermind behind the projections over at runpuresports.com and the playbook, which is already up right now. By the way, if you are a member, you can check those out here with the playbook and the projections and all that stuff going on. And the man himself, the BIGT himself, at Big T44 DFS on Twitter. Little cold he picked up, so we'll see how he feels during the show here. Might cough a little bit. You know, he might sound like shit, but he better bring the winners. He's brought me winners the last couple years in college football. So, Tony, I expect nothing but greatness here, okay?
That's what I expect, too. That's all we do. And Bruce carries the way, and I come in and pick up a few gems along the way to help the people. It works good for the last 7 years or however long I've known Bruce now.
Yeah, well, I said Bruce already has the playbook. It's 3 o'clock. The playbook's already up. The projections are already up and loaded into Sabre. I mean, we're ready to roll, right, Bruce?
Well, one-game slates are too easy for Bruce, though. Like, he does it 7 days a week for how long's college football? 4 months, 5 months, however long it is. Those things are up 7 days. Only one game. He does that while he's sleeping. Yeah,
I've had it ready to go for a week now. It's been ready to go. So I'm glad to be on the show with the original Showdown Kings here. My two of my favorite folks here. I mean, I don't love Showdown, but when I listen to y'all talk about it, it gets me fired up.
You don't love Showdown though, Bruce, because you're used to like doing all these slates where there's multiple games, and you know that some people don't know half the players on these slates, and that's your edge, right? These are two teams. By the time we get to the national championship, especially, these are two teams that are very well known, right? The players are very well known. So it's probably not your favorite on top of it when it's the national championship, because you like the lesser known teams that you feel like you can get an edge in, because, a lot of people don't know these lesser known teams, and you literally know everyone. You do projections for all these slates. So that's probably why you don't like it as much, even though it's the national championship game.
That's exactly right. And, a lot of times I like to screw up my lineups by playing guys that I probably shouldn't play. They're going to be lesser owned. Tonight is going to be a little bit different because, a lot of these guys, most of these teams play only like 3 or 4 wide receivers. It's very straightforward showdown for sure. And once we get into that, we can talk about it.
Yeah, we'll get into that in a sec. We are going to take this from a betting side and a DFS side. Tony, before we get into really the picks and the plays and everything like that, just from an overview standpoint of this game, I mean, Miami, Indiana, what are we doing here? What are we looking at? What are some keys of the game? And who do you like? And you got to get off mute. You just got called the Showdown King, and you were on mute talking.
I literally never do that anymore either. That's when you know I'm off my game today. Look how happy you are about that. I gave you a big old smile. You love that. But so a few weeks ago, I don't remember what show we were on, but we were talking about college football futures, and Miami was the team that I brought up, I think at 30-1 at the time. And they just have done exactly what we kind of talked about they could do. Their defense is awesome. They got skill players. They got, I'd say they're pretty well coached, even though sometimes they do some head scratchers. I think overall, I like what they do as a coaching staff. They're solid. And honestly, the whole playoffs, I planned on picking Miami. I was on them the first 2 games. I have planned on picking them. But then I watched Indiana play the last 2 games, and I'm just like, it reminds me of Ohio State last year, where they just feel like an absolute wagon. And they have the best quarterback, a much better quarterback. I know the other dude's 30 years old and been around for a while, but Indiana is a much better quarterback. They have the best coach. I mean, this guy's a weirdo, but he's just an insane coach with 10 days to prepare. I just don't see how Indiana doesn't roll in this game. I just don't think Miami can beat them. So I've kind of changed my tune a little bit. It's definitely important to kind of chase a number too, because you can find some 7. Oh, now it's 7.5 pretty much everywhere. There was some 7s out there earlier today. I don't really think it'll matter though. Indiana just looks like a wagon to me. So I have some Miami futures, so it's kind of easy for me where if Miami wins, I'll make a little bit of money because of the 30-1. So I can come in on Indiana. Yeah, I mean, I love it. Don't do it. Miami wins. I get it. Yeah, I mean, that's your squad. I get a logo though. If you really want to convince me, don't come in with the R. Get a little Canes logo or something. Give me a Michael Irvin snorting off the table logo.
No, you want the belt to ass logo from Michael
I want
Irvin
that to
or
inspire
something
me.
like that.
I don't want the R logo.
Yeah. It is interesting though, just I was looking at some of the betting info that some of these guys put out, like DraftKings and stuff. All, heavy amount of the bets being placed, 70+% of the bets being placed are on Indiana via the spread, money line, all that stuff. And the money too, on top of it. So like everything is on Indiana tonight. Like less people. I know there's people in the chat saying Miami wins, but it looks like the money and the bets being placed are all on the Indiana side. Does that worry you at all, Tony, when it seems like it's too easy? Like everyone and their mother is on that side when it comes to the spread. It even seems like the total, a lot of people are on the over. So, does that worry you at all?
Yeah, I mean, I just have learned from big games in the past where I can name a ton of them, but LSU versus Clemson, that LSU powerhouse versus Trevor Lawrence's Clemson team, like everyone was on Clemson, like all the sharps, Clemson, and you just watch LSU and you're like, how are they going to lose? Like they're not going to freaking lose. Like it's just last year, Ohio State, you watch them, you're like, they're not going to lose. So at some point, it's just an eyeball test. That's why I think I do pretty good at sports betting. Is I try to mix in the numbers with the eyeball test as much as I can. So I do think, like, in general, I would be on Miami in this spot just because I do think, like you said, more of the public's on Indiana, all that. But I have to outweigh it with just the pure eyeball test. And I just think Indiana is so well coached. And there's always been the rule in football. If you got the better quarterback and the better coach, I'm probably gonna side with you a lot of the time. So I don't know. I'm not like, it's not like an all-in play or anything like that, but I'm definitely on the Indiana side. And I think they probably win pretty convincingly by about, I don't know, 14, 17.
So it sounds like you should be all in.
I'm a little uneasy though that it looks easy and everyone's on them. I'm a little guided with that because it just feels like they're going to roll them. And one of the things Miami's done well, their defense has just been awesome. I don't think they're good enough to stop this Indiana offense.
Yeah, I mean, Bruce, what do you think? I mean, what do you think in terms of that defense? You were talking to me before the show, and you were telling me about, Miami's got these 2 maybe first-round draft pick top pass rushers, obviously that are keys to their defense and their sick pass rush. I mean, what do you think? Is that like one of the biggest keys to Miami winning is them kind of getting home and putting some big pressure on, the quarterback Mendoza?
Yeah, definitely. That's those two DNs are just elite players, and they're going to have to make Mendoza uncomfortable for sure for Miami to have any kind of a chance. Just the offense has been so good down the stretch. They destroyed Alabama. Alabama had no chance. Oregon had no chance. The thing that I expected to come on the show and hear Tony back Miami big here. So it kind of threw me for a loop because he usually zigs when they zag. All the money and everything coming in on Indiana. I will kind of make a case for Miami here. Ohio State almost beat this Indiana team a few weeks ago, or what was it, a month ago now? It feels like a few weeks ago. It was 13-10. It was a very close game, and Mendoza kind of struggled a little bit. I think Ohio State probably has one of the better defenses in the country. It's probably top two, but they only put up 13 points. So I think Miami can kind of hang with them here. They're going to have to run the football a little bit, and that Ohio State team was able to run the football. I think this Miami offensive line is just as good as that Ohio State line. So, if they're able to run the football a little bit here and hit Indiana over the top with Tony, Daniels and Marion, I think they can hang with them and possibly win this game.
All right, so maybe you like a little of the other side there. I was shocked too. I thought Tony was for sure going to come in. And again, I don't know much about college football, but when I saw the stats, I thought Tony was for sure going to be like, and I knew he had futures with Miami. I thought he was for sure going to be like, yeah, the public, they all love Indiana. I got to go with the other side here with that. Some books you can get 8.5. I know DraftKings Sportsbook, it's moved between 7.5, 8.5 and stuff like that. But I also subscribe in football to what Tony was saying about if you tell me one side's got the best coach and the best quarterback, shit, I want the side with the best coach and the best quarterback the majority of the time. So that does kind of check out. And it sounds like that is the truth there. I will say too, Spencer Smith always just randomly coming in with something Tony is craving.
It's always something different too. He does a good job of changing it up.
He's creative because you know what? Big T craving pizza bagel. Honestly, I could see Big T eating the shit out of some pizza bagel.
I haven't had one in a long time, but I would eat it. You're correct. I would eat it. Like if it was in the freezer and Amber's like, you want some pizza? It would have to be like gummy in at midnight. But
dude, I was going to say
at midnight, I'd eat the shit out of a pizza.
I was going to say like Big T on a gummy at midnight. I was literally going to say that. Yeah. Pizza bagel.
It's not going to be like a 5 p.m. meal or anything, but at midnight, I'll eat that like crazy.
Yeah, it tastes better when someone else makes it for you too. For some reason.
Doesn't everything taste better when someone else makes it for you, Bruce?
Yes.
I try to tell my wife that all the time.
Redmond has my counterpoint for that, though. I've stood kind of by this point that I just don't think either team, Ohio State or Indiana, really showed anything in that game. But it all depends on what and I agree with this point. Michael Irvin definitely ODs on the sideline if they win.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100% there. That guy's on some stuff. Shout out Michael Irvin on some stuff. I'm surprised you don't have that as your new like GIF, like all the or your like picture.
I've used it a bunch. I broke it out a bunch. Hopefully it doesn't come out tonight. Or hopefully it does. Maybe I probably will win more of that. If Miami wins, I don't see how I won't win that much if Indiana wins. It's not like I'm going to put that much on it. So I probably will win more if Miami wins the game.
Yeah, if you that's a good question. So if you're someone who has Miami futures like yourself, I remember you talking about it on a show. I think you might have said it on multiple shows, honestly, just randomly. But if you are someone with those futures, do you recommend going the other way and trying to get some money down on Indiana just so you kind of?
I mean, the only challenging part is it's 7.5. So like,
right.
And the money line. I mean, what's the current money line? The current money line
gotta be like what? 300. What is it?
It's got to be pretty high.
It's minus 310.
Yeah.
On DraftKings.
So you're not. It's tough to lay 300. So just say I think my bet was 300 for $9,000 or 200 for $6,000. Like it's really hard to take Indiana. I mean, maybe you put like some on the money line.
This is what you do right here. You got to wait and hope to scalp a live line.
The problem is if Indiana just boat, well, then you lose both if Indiana just boat races them. But I agree, absolutely. If Miami scores first, you're in great shape. But if Miami never scores, you're never going to be able to get any money back.
Yeah, but that's probably the only way I would do it at this point. I don't see how you're putting, like
I
you
need
said.
to like think about it though. So like, if I think Indiana wins, I mean, just say I think I might have 200. I can't remember exactly. 200 to win $6,000. I mean, I got to put $3,000 to win 100 or $1,000. I mean, on maybe I put $3,000 on Indiana, and then I guarantee a decent little profit because I like Indiana as the issue. I don't want to like not put anything on Indiana and then they roll them and I just get nothing. Like, I don't want that to happen.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I saw that little mute talk real quick after you laughed at me. I saw a few words come out of your mouth.
Well, I was trying to read. I was trying to read the chat too. I was trying to like look down at the chat. What about the total here? Because I got your sides. Obviously, you guys picked your sides. I just looked. It was 47.5 a little while ago. I just looked again on DraftKings Sportsbook. It's down to 46.5 over there. I saw some things saying there was a decent amount of bets and money on the over, but looks like the totals come down a little bit. Any takes on this over under? Bruce, which side would you be on? Would you be on the side of points tonight, or do you think this game is a little lower scoring?
I mean, I like the over. I just I think there's gonna be some more passing in this game than usual between the two teams because the rush defenses have been so solid. So I think it goes over. Both teams have given up a good amount of explosive pass plays, so maybe they hit a couple over the top and score quickly, which I like to see, especially for a good, entertaining championship game.
I love it. Ricardo comes back with the U.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. Get him, Ricardo. Get him, man. Tell Tony, say this is my team tonight.
And immediately I give that statement more respect now because he has the logo. Immediately I took note. I took note in my head of that, Ricardo.
Brandon Cox, I'm not even gonna pretend to acknowledge your statement there because I've already said 3 different times that I'm just the host and I know nothing about college football.
Why does it matter anyways?
It literally doesn't, but that's why
we had Holden in here every week for like 3 years. He didn't even know what college football was.
No, yeah, but that's why I say, because we'll always get a donkey or two that'll say those things. It's like, I'm not trying to know anything about college football. I'm listening to Bruce and Big T tell me about college football.
I love the sports I don't know anything and I can just listen. They're my favorite sports of any of them. I love that. I don't have any bias.
And I'm gonna bet on this game tonight. I'm gonna listen to who these guys say, and then I'm gonna bet on it.
Problem is, it sounds like we're on the opposite sides because I love the under. So we're on opposite sides. We're not gonna help you much with
well, yeah, you are. Now I gotta pick between if I want to side with Bruce or Big T.
Maybe you pick one each way. You take one and
you know what? I think I'm gonna do that. I think I might have to pick one of you for the side and one of you for the total. That way that if I side with one person, one of you can't just let me totally down. You know what I mean? Then both of you could possibly let me down. I can't put it all on one. That's what I'm going to do here. But all right, Bruce, Tony, you like the under? Well, talk a little bit about
unders
it.
Pretty much on Miami. The whole time I've been on Miami, I've been on unders too. Like, I just love Miami's defense. I respect Miami's defense way more than I respect their offense. I respect Indiana on both sides of the ball. I actually don't love Miami's offense. I don't love their ground game. I just don't love Miami's offense. So I do respect their defense, though, to be able to slow Indiana down a little bit. So it's more just, I think this game plays a little tighter than people think for the title here. 2 teams that haven't been here before. I don't know. I just think it plays a little tighter than people will think.
All right, a little tighter than people think. Let's dive into bet the over and the under. Can't lose. That's right, Jay Ruff. You can't lose.
One way to do it.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's dive into the DFS stuff here. Like I said, Bruce already has the projections up. If you remember, we got them loaded up in the Saber right now. Projections over at Run Pure Sports, which he does for every slate, plus the playbook is live as well. Captains here, boys. Let's start with the captains pool here. And Bruce, I'll start with you. Who's the pool of captains tonight? If I'm building, 20 plus teams tonight, who's your pool?
Yeah, I think starting with Mendoza, I think he'd probably be my number one. Really like Kalen Black, the way he's looked recently. I know Miami rush defense has been really good, but I really like him. And then Miami receivers are probably my number three. I love playing receiver in the captain spot, just tons of upside. Miami has some good receivers in Tony and Daniels and Marion. I said that Indiana's kind of susceptible to the deep pass play. So we saw last week that Marion looked good doing that. So, I mean, he's cheap, and it's easy to plug him in at captain and get everything you need.
Tony, what are you doing here at the top? Are you just, I mean, you're obviously on Indiana. I assume you're going to love Mendoza in the top spot here, looking like the highest owned captain by far. What are you doing with him? And then some of these Miami guys checking in up there as well, like Tony and Beck and Fletcher. What are you doing with the Miami side? Because I know you're not as high on that side.
Yeah, I won't have a ton of the Miami side, but if I was playing a bunch of teams, I would definitely play the receivers. Marion, our boy Sean Marion, the Matrix, 5,400 in the captain is a crazy price. He's looked really good lately too. I like him a lot. Malachi Tony too would be my two Miami guys that I like. But Rubio, our boy Rubio, actually taught me a lesson last time. I couldn't figure out which one of these receivers to play for Indiana in a bloodbath, and he just played Mendoza. And it worked really well. And I didn't like for him to only be under 20% captain feels pretty crazy to me. Just the way the game sets up. I don't think Indiana will be able to run the ball on Miami. I think they'll have to throw it. And I love their receivers. They got a bunch of receivers, bunch of options. So I can just play Mendoza with two or three of the receivers, run it back with. And the good part about this game too is I don't really have to play a ton of the Miami side. Like, I just think the quarterback play sucks. Carson Beck stinks. And I like showdowns in college when I don't have to play both quarterbacks. Because as Bruce knows, like a lot of times in college, you get two runners and it's like impossible to fade them because they just nuke for 30 points and stuff. I don't really think Carson Beck has that in him. So it lets me get more creative at captain when you only have, or less creative at captain, I guess I would say. I don't have to play as many guys just because I can play Mendoza and stack him with a couple receivers and just move on because I don't need the quarterback or the running back on that. That's kind of where my build is going to set tonight. I don't need these spend up Miami guys. I mean, you look at them. I don't like Beck. I do like Tony. I don't like the running back. So it kind of makes my roster construction really easy.
I was going to say, right as you said the thing about Carson Beck stinking, Ricardo comes in with Beck MVP at 7-1, juicy odds on Miami winning. That was just perfect timing right there. Matt says Indiana wins 31-16. That's kind of more on Tony's side there. Anything else from the captains, boys? Any other sneaky plays that we can think of, or should we move on to just flex spots here?
I mean, on the Indiana side, I think you can get a little bit creative. If you think it goes over, I mean, there is some creative. Like Charlie Becker's been awesome. Mm-hmm. Even like really creative, like our boy Dirk Nowitzki, however you say this dude's name, Dirk Nowitzki down there at 4,500. He's looked decent too. So I think you can get a little creative. But for me, unless you're playing a ton of teams, but I have learned it though. A couple of these college showdowns for the title, you see some weird captains end up solo shipping. Like when one of these guys' houses won, you really separate from the field. So don't forget about old Dirk Nowitzki in there.
Nowakowski, whatever. Yeah, that person. Bruce, what do you think of the cheaper plays like that in the captain?
Yeah, it's part of the reason why I like the Miami receivers. They just really need to hit one over the top, like Marion and Daniels, both cheap there. But yeah, other than that, you can even play like a Moore or Trader down there. Both big play guys with high A dots that don't play a ton. The problem, just like NFL Showdown, you have kickers in play, and both these kickers can hit from range too. So That's always the tough part for me when it comes to Showdown, is whether to play these guys that are 4,400 and can hit from 50 plus. So that's
You're
part
not playing them
part
in
of
the
my,
captain though, right?
no, definitely not, but
No.
definitely util spot there. It's the last couple of weeks have been guys hitting from everywhere on the field, and both of these kickers can do that too.
Yeah, I was gonna say the captain spot would be a little interesting if that was your play. I don't know. Big T didn't talk about the kicker captain. I doubt on this spot he's going to be in on the kicker captains here on this slate. But the cheaper captains seem like both of you guys have a little interest in there. And Bruce, we go take the top off the defense. All right, I need a guy who can take that top off the defense here. Who's the one guy? If you had to pick one guy that's doing it down in the cheap range, who's the one guy?
It's going to be Marion for me. On the Indiana side, it's Becker. Our exciting white, just been playing really well. So those two guys, one from each team. Those are the two I'd look at.
All right, those are the guys right there. Those are the guys we like. Don't forget, guys, free show. Smash the like button on the video. Make sure you subscribe to the Run Pure Sports YouTube channel if you haven't already subscribed. And check us out. Sign up, runpuresports.com. If you want a little new year, little promo here from Big T, you can maybe get a little promo code from him. You could slide on into @BigT44DFS DMs on Twitter if you want a little promo code for runpuresports.com. He'll hook you up. New year, little promo code, Big T, for the people. I think that'd be fair. So yeah, hit them up on Twitter if you want to get in on the winners. And don't forget, with any subscription on the board, you get access to the Discord. So subscription, get in, access to the Discord. Super easy to do. If you have any issues, you can hit us up in the customer support chat. We'll help you out. We'll get you in there and get you all set and ready to go. All right, boys, flex plays here. Let's go. In the util. Tony, how are we attacking this thing? Is this like a heavy Indiana build for you? Because that's kind of how it sounds on the surface. You want to be light Indiana or light Miami and heavy on the Indiana side.
Yeah, I mean, just in general, I want Indiana with the receivers from Miami in general. I don't really need Carson back. I don't need the running backs. I actually hate the prices of the running backs too. So it just makes it a clear-cut build for me. And then even as you go further down for Miami, it was like Bruce said starting the show, there's not like – sometimes in Showdown, these teams have like 83 guys I feel like you can play. I just don't see it tonight. Like, you got guys down there that'll be on the field occasionally, but I just don't see it. So, yeah, I mean, Malachi Toney, CJ Daniels, Sean Marion. I love my man Sean Marion, the Matrix. I like him a lot. Yeah, I mean, I don't like the Miami side, so it's going to be pretty clear cut for me. Mendoza. So my captains will be similar to my highest owned, obviously, like always in Showdown. But Mendoza, Surratt, Amari Cooper's looked a lot better the last couple of weeks than he did towards the end of the regular season. Charlie Becker, I like, and even EJ Williams has snuck in and done stuff too. So you got a lot of. That's one of the reasons I might just jam Mendoza in there, because there's just so many people I can throw in from Indiana. It makes it, and there's it's like always with these big public slates, you got just so many mispriced cheaper guys that. But the counterpoint to that is, like Bruce said, though, you got a better chance getting different by not doing the obvious build and just getting a little different, which is the key to Showdown sometimes.
Yeah, it just sounds like the entire industry is on one path. We were talking about it from a betting angle, but it seems like the obvious path is just, it's so easy. It looks too easy on the surface. Bruce, you said that, on normal slates, you like to throw those weird plays in that no one plays and stuff like that. Showdown is a little different, especially with these two type of teams here. But are you going a different path than Tony? Is it something where you just want to get a little weird just because you know where the field wants to go, where everyone is going?
Yeah, I'm sure in the main, I'm going to still get weird, just because it's the last slate, of the year, in the main for sure. But like in my single entry, I'll probably go,
Got to
like
stay
maybe,
true to yourself, Bruce.
yeah,
Got to stay
exactly,
true to
yeah.
yourself.
I mean, you can't change it up at this point. But yeah, I mean, there's some good builds you can do to get different than the field for sure. Like, I mean, there's guys like Alex Bauman that's 2,800, going to play the full game as a tight end. Can catch touchdowns near the red zone. So there's good value on the slate that isn't terrible, that you can just jam all the top guys in and go from there. But yeah, I don't love the running backs either. The prices, if you're playing those guys, you're probably not playing the high dollar receivers with them. Like you're not jamming Surratt and Tony in there, or Tony and Cooper. It's near impossible to have a lineup that you love when you do that. So yeah, I'm probably going to be light on the running backs as well, and play a lot of Tony and a lot of Surratt. I love those two guys. They're playing really well. And then spin down with Marion, and there's some good cheap plays, but I don't think you have to play Beck. You can play the receivers like Tony, and hope to get lucky there. But I do think like I said, I think the game stays close. I love the receivers on both sides, and yeah, it's going to be a pretty narrow pool for me tonight. It's there's not a lot of snaps going around. It's just the main guys I talked about in the playbook, and pretty easy slate, I think.
What's your favorite lineup construction, Bruce? Is it like a 4-2 Miami heavy, or 3-3? How are you going about the lineup construction? Like, if you only had one team, what's your preferred route?
Right now I have mainly 4-2 Miami. So yeah, it's mainly due to the cheap receivers for Miami here, and it's whenever I put it into Sabre, it's I think I had like 42. I just did 150 quick. I think I had like 40 something percent 4-2 Miami builds.
All right. And Tony, yours was 4-2 the other way?
Here's 4-2 or even 5-1. Yeah.
5-1. Are you going to have a lot of 5-1 tonight?
I haven't actually run my exact numbers, but I could see 4-2. I like 4-2. Throwing a bunch of like a cheap pass catcher with like a Tony on the other side. I'll more than likely play Tony for sure on Miami. It's just a matter if I play another one like Marion or someone with him. I could see 4-2, but definitely 4-2, 5-1.
It sounded like you were struggling to find too many guys on Miami that you could actually sell yourself on, though.
It's another reason I'm going to bet Indiana. Like, if I ever do Showdown and I'm trying to decide who to bet, I'm like, which team has more guys I like? And it's clearly Indiana for me. So, like, that's another reason that I'll probably be on Indiana. I just like the guys better.
It's like you like the wide receivers compared to the Miami wide receivers better?
I mean, Miami does have a good skill set of receivers. I like the quarterback a lot better. I do like Surratt. I think Tony's probably more talented, but Surratt has been around more, and like I trust Surratt more than Tony. But they're both awesome. That's like splitting hairs. And no, I mean, I would say receivers the position that I think is most equal, which is why I want a decent amount of Miami receivers. Another thing, I usually like kickers in these slates. These kickers aren't ever putting up double digits really from the game log. So I won't be as high on kickers either tonight.
Oh, Bruce was actually talking about the kickers while
I was gone. Hopefully he didn't like them after I said I don't.
All over the field. Bruce, Tony he's trying to shit on your kicker narrative.
Oh my God, he's on the kickers too. We disagree about everything.
So on teams where I don't have the cheaper Miami receivers, I like the kickers.
I'm gonna lose so much money tonight being against Bruce.
Yeah, you're screwed tonight.
I mean, how do I disagree with everything?
But I think like 75% of my teams had one of the cheaper Miami receivers. So I'm not going to have a ton of the kicker, but I think 25% of my teams had at least one kicker.
Someone said up there, by the way, no defense in college. There's just no defense in college
I
showdown.
don't think they're allowed for some reason.
Oh, okay. That kind of checks out a little bit.
I don't mind it. I hate having defenses in there. Anyways.
Yeah.
Neither of you guys have really talked up the running back position too much for either side. It's been a lot about the wide receivers, the quarterbacks, even the kickers a little bit from Bruce. Not a lot about the run. Is it just like both defenses are really good against the run? Or like Bruce said, I think you see a lot more passing in this game. Tony, do you see a lot more passing in this game like Bruce? Do you agree at least with that?
I think both teams' strengths is the trenches inside. And it's a fact, like Indiana, they literally split series, him being black. I mean, you're gambling almost like the Seahawks situation in the NFL, like who it's going to be, on top of Miami being awesome on the ground game. Don't get me wrong, like one or a couple of these running backs will probably score a touchdown, but will they get the stats to get them to the winner on top of it? I just think it's hard. 7,600, 7,400 for the Indiana guys. And then the Miami guy, I really don't like the Indiana ones. Honestly, if I was going to play either side, it would be the Miami side of running backs. And like last game, Black was the one that we won the 2 touchdowns bet. I think it was 8-1 or something in the Giblets channel. So I loved him last game, but Miami just stuffs the run. It's hard to run on them. So I would actually be the problem with Miami, though. Yeah, I mean, when we get to like our antis, I'm already spoiling it, but I just don't like these running backs. And they're not like 50% owned. They're all 30 to 40% owned. So, I mean, that's just I love playing slates where I can just play quarterbacks and receivers and kind of move on and take my chances.
I forget which national championship it was, but it was a couple years ago, and I remember you talking up some like third string running back. Bruce was probably telling you about him.
If I was talking about third string running back, it definitely came from Bruce.
And he was like not owned, and you were like,
and he crushed, didn't he? He like caught a bad. It was Notre Dame, I think maybe.
It might have been. I can't remember. It might have been Notre Dame, but it might have been. And he smashed though. Like he absolutely. I don't know what happened. I don't know if a guy got hurt. I have no idea. Maybe they just played 3 running backs, but it
was the receiving back for Notre Dame. I can't remember. He was on the team this year and still didn't play for some reason.
Redmond says. Redmond always knows.
Yeah. That's
there you go. Yeah, no, I remember him talking about, and I remember you sending me your team like, look, this guy's like 5. He was like super low owned, and your team was like, I don't know if you shipped, but you were like really close to shipping if you didn't. So. Yeah, I do remember that.
I honestly think that's the hard part of tonight's showdown, that I can usually always find shit. And there was another year, I think the LSU year, Bruce, that I was talking about. You had their starting tight end or something. And I remember you talking it up all day in that Discord, and no one played him. In the first play of the game, he caught like a 70-yard down the middle. I can't laugh or I'm going to literally gag myself.
Die. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a 70-yard, and everyone was tilting us. They were like, "How these guys play this?" And I was like, "We talked about it on the show." Bruce found him. It was a starting tight end, and no one played him. Those are my favorite plays. If you can find like a guy that's on the field and just no one plays you, like I'll sign up. Who is it, Bruce? You always got one for us. I don't have one tonight.
It's probably Joshua Moore. That's the only one that I could see making
from Texas or something. Where's he from?
No, he's there was another Joshua Moore that played for Texas. This guy is a Florida guy. He's a freshman, true freshman.
1,600 wide receiver Joshua Moore right there. It's a cheap price tag.
Yep.
Bruce is pretty good with these random calls too.
There's no one better than him with these plays. Yeah. No one better anywhere.
He's the best for sure.
He's only been playing about like 20% of the snaps, but he's looked really good when he's been in there.
Yeah. All right, there you go. Follow Bruce with those type of plays for sure. He's the man when it comes to that stuff. All right, so the running backs are a no-go, and it
was definitely not Mason Taylor. That's not who I was talking.
I think it was Thaddeus Moss. That's
who it was, dude.
Randy Moss's kid.
It was Randy Moss's kid. 100%. That's who it was. I think
this is who it was for sure. They keep saying it. It was definitely this guy, Braden Galloway. It might not have been LSU, but it was definitely Braden Galloway. 100%. Because you guys are naming known players. This was someone that no one was talking about except Bruce.
Joey's kid.
Yeah, it was Galloway.
Is that Joey's kid?
No.
I was gonna be like, damn, Joey's kid. How did no one talk about him? All right.
Yeah, so he played on Clemson, probably versus LSU. Maybe it was versus Bama or something. I just said LSU because I assumed it, but I'm almost positive it was that guy.
So Bruce, I assume you agree with Tony about the running backs, the split with the running backs, the fact that they're all kind of getting ownership, and it's not like one's going to be like super low. Like you pretty much agree with that.
For the most part, I kind of like Black a little bit more than Tony does probably. Just, if you watch the Miami game against Ole Miss, Lacey had that one long run before he got hurt. That's kind of the way the Miami defense operates. They'll occasionally give up that long run. That's kind of what Kalen Black does well. And he's kind of their breakaway back, breaks a lot of tackles, and I think this Indiana offensive line is really solid. So all it takes is one, and he's not terrible. 7,400 is not terrible. I won't have a ton of him tonight, but he does have that opportunity to break one.
So question here, any love for the third string tight end with Miami since Lofton is out? Trader, he says, I think more of a pass catching tight end than Bauman, if he remembers. Bruce, any love for him? And,
I think let's see. I think he is. I looked at him earlier. I think it's Luka Gilbert he's talking about. Yeah, I think he's okay. He's 1K. His min price and doesn't look terrible. So yeah, I think you can probably, if you're playing 150, have some there. But he hasn't done a ton this year. He's played 5 games, and I think maybe he has a few catches, maybe just one, 18.5 yards per catch. So I mean, at least he has at least one on the board. But yeah, I won't have a ton of him. I kind of like these. If I'm going to play a guy for Miami, it's probably Moore or Trader for almost min price.
Tony, what are you doing with like those random, like unowned type plays like that? I mean, the guy he's talking about is super cheap, 1,000. You know what I mean? Are you playing any of those guys specific? Is there one that sticks out to you? Like if you had to pick between bunch of these?
There's not one that sticks out, but I think they all have a ton of value because of how good a play like Marion is. CJ Daniels even at 4K. I know they're more expensive than the cheap guys, but they're so cheap that they're going to be in the 50s ownership wise. And you just get so much leverage on the field. Do I like them more? Absolutely not. I love the chalky guys like everyone does, but you just got to take a chance. So like, say you build the perfect CJ Daniels or Marion roster, just literally pivot from them down to Trader or Moore or Gilbert or any Bauman, any of these guys. Just roll the dice. Weird guys score all the time. We see it in the NFL playoffs. We see it in the college playoffs. You never know when these guys are going to score. And do I think like you should do that in all your teams? No. I mean, build some chalky teams too where the good plays are the good plays because it's a big prize pool tonight, way bigger than we get during the season. So there's nothing wrong with just building a couple, like the example we always use. Play 5 or 10 teams and maybe build 5 kind of chalky ones and then get a little creative with 5. Put $200 in or something, or less than that. Do 5 teams. You get the point, though. Do that and take a chance on some and try to – because I do think the Miami side's more interesting than the Indiana side as far as that. Like, if the game stays close, like I said, Nowitzki – EJ Williams, guys like that could do something, but in general, I like the Miami cheapies better.
So a couple things here. Edward says, is there any promo codes for RPS right now? Edward, I was talking about it earlier, but shoot Big T a message. Shoot him a DM on Twitter at Big T44DFS or in the Discord, and he'll hook you up a little promo code to get in on runpuresports.com. Redmond asked the question. He said, is Pringle the pass catching back if Miami falls behind, Bruce?
Yeah, that's Man, Miami running back rotation's been rough, especially the last few weeks. I mean, you look at the snap count last week, and it was like 58, 41, or somewhere in that range. But they could run Pringle out there a little bit
You
more.
can't play Pringle. I just
But yeah, he played 0 snaps last last game.
him.
So it's just hard. Miami will do that. They'll just completely not play a guy that's been playing. Like they didn't play Brown, but like maybe a few snaps the A&M game, and then he played 42% of the snaps last week. So it's like it's really tough. But could I see Pringle play maybe 10 to 12 snaps? Yeah, it's possible for sure.
So no Brown either.
I think he's the better pass catcher between him and Fletcher. They've been using him a lot near the goal line in the short yardage stuff. So I just kind of like Brown, to score a touchdown tonight as well. I forgot what my prop bets were. I think I had him at 26 plus rush yards. I mean, if he gets 40% of the snaps, I think he gets that 26 plus easily.
Tony, I'm assuming you don't like Brown because you weren't really high on the running backs anyways.
If I was going to play any of the running backs, it would be Brown just because his price. But no, I'm not excited to play him, no.
Yeah.
All right. That was a full breakdown. Just to recap this, Tony is on the Indiana side. Bruce is on the Miami side. Tony is on the under. Bruce is on the over. Tony is on Indiana heavy build. Bruce is on Miami heavy builds in Showdown. That's just a quick recap. Obviously, if
let's do a contest too in the comments after, where whoever gets the closest score can get some Run Pure hats.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Closest score. You want to just, final score? Exactly.
You got to have the winner too. You got to say the winner and the score, and whoever's closest. Actually, the 3 closest. We'll give three closest.
And if somehow multiple people hit it, we'll pick 3.
Yeah.
There you go. Simple enough.
Well, I mean, there won't be 3 that are the closest, right? Unless they pick the same score.
Unless they pick the same score.
Yeah. If there's more than 3, we'll do it random or something. There won't be though. Don't pick the same score, people.
So after the video, in the comment section, in the YouTube comment section under this video here, just type in your winner.
Don't do it, Ricardo. No, Ricardo. You earned my respect, and then you typed in the wrong chat. No.
Not the show comments. The YouTube comments.
Go Birds. It happens every time. No.
After you like the video.
Yes, after you like and subscribe to the channel, post in the comment section under this video here in the YouTube comments. All right, let's do anti-plays here. That all good, Go Birds, all good. There's always a few that mess that up. Let's do anti-plays first. I'm gonna sort by ownership here. Okay, so here is the ownership sorted. Tony and Bruce, you guys see that on your screen? They're good. Bruce, you want to start us off here? Who's the anti-play? Who's the guy that's going to be popular that you're going to be, either out on, fading, or lower than the field by a good amount?
Well, I've been fading him all year, so I'm going to go with Omar Cooper Jr. again. I know I think I faded him a couple times and he scored 3 touchdowns, so I'm just going right back to it.
You're not selling us on it right now, Bruce.
Be more opposite tonight.
Tony's favorite play is going to be Cooper.
For sure.
It looks so good to me the last
we didn't plan this, I promise. It wasn't.
The best is going to be when Tony's anti is someone Bruce loves, and then you guys both just come back.
That's a good thing. That won't happen, but yeah.
All right, well, Tony, give it to us. Who's the anti? Who's the big team?
I mean, I've said it all shows, so I'll just make it easy. The running backs and the kickers. Like, I don't think the running backs and the kickers. That's a lot of anti. If I had to pick one, it would be Fletcher for sure. That would be my anti. But I'm just saying, running backs and kickers won't be on the winner to help people out even more.
All right, no running backs or very little running backs, very little kickers no kickers for Big T is very off on Showdown. That tells you something right there when he says no kickers. All right, let's go favorite plays of the day here. Tone, well, actually, no, you can go last. Bruce, you go first here. No, there's no way you guys are going to have your favorite plays be the same thing since you guys are on opposite scripts here, so it doesn't even matter. But Bruce, who you got? Who's your favorite play? Who's the guy you can't make a lineup without tonight?
It's going to be Malachi Tony. I just, I know the ownership's crazy on him, but they feed him the football, and I just think he has a big night. I know Indiana has a really good cornerback, but I just think he's different. He's tough to cover, and he's going to be in almost every one of my teams.
I like Tony. I've actually watched him play too. So I love it because I've only watched Miami like once or twice, but I've actually watched Tony play. So I know he's good. So when Bruce and you talk about him, I'm like, yeah, I remember Tony. He's actually good. He sticks out. All right. I agree. We need Big T Bruce showdown head to head. We need it publicized. We need it tweeted out. It doesn't even have to be for like money or anything like that. It just needs to be tweeted out. One of you needs to be owned because the way you guys are building, one of you is going to be very right and one of you is probably going to be very wrong, which is the best part.
We like in general, we like the receivers though. I bet our teams aren't that different, even though we agree on or disagree on a lot of stuff. But we do agree on my play of the day though. Besides being Mendoza captain, I think is great. But like all the numbers I run during the show, Omar Cooper Jr., baby. I hate that. I might as well with the way the show's gone because Bruce Head is the anti. I got to go Omar Cooper Jr. I love him. And I run my numbers. He pops up as my optimal captain. I just can't help it. So, yes, Omar Cooper Jr., my play of the night.
I love that you just gave his anti as your play. Yeah. That's my favorite. That's the best. Oh, that's so good.
I can't wait to be owned later. I know it's going to happen.
Well, you know what? If you want to come celebrate in the Discord later when one of Bruce or Big T is happy and the other is sad, one is owned.
I usually like disagreeing with like one thing with Bruce. Like I don't like when I disagree with everything. I like one disagreement.
I feel like it's very rare when both of you are on.
I know it is. All year we didn't do this.
Yeah, this is weird. You just saved it for the final showdown slate of the year. So Malachi Tony is better than Kadarius Toney. I hope so.
I want to know this too. You got to give your play.
Yeah. Well, first of all, if I actually try and give a play of the day, there'll be the idiot like Brandon Cox who's in the chat. Just be, oh, JSU trying to know college football. But no, I would go with the dude Bruce was talking about who takes the top off the defense. I want someone who takes the top off the defense. That's who I'm going with as my cheap guy. Bruce, was it Marion? Was
Keelan Marion? Yep.
Yeah. That's my guy. Give me a guy who takes the top off. That's what we do.
He looks good to me too. Like he looks real good lately. He's the most mispriced guy on the slate, I think.
Yeah, you were saying that. He's like,
I mean, he'll be the highest owned guy. You gave the highest owned guy of the slate as your play of the day, but that's fine.
That's all right. Does he take the top off the defense?
He probably does.
Then boom, I'm in on it. That's my guy right
And in the captain, it'll be a little different because it's so cheap. Lets you get everything with him.
All right, that's the play then. We plug him in the captain. Hope he takes two to the house or something like that. I like it. All right. We got everything down here. Like I said, if you want the core plays, you want the playbook, you want to check out all of Bruce's thoughts on the playbook, everything like that, Big T's core plays, player pool, all that stuff, Third and Schlong, all these guys who do college football. Not me. I'll say it again for the fifth time. Not JSU. You won't see a JSU core out there, but you will see Big T. You will see Bruce. You will see Third and Schlong, Rubio, Dimes. All these guys have been playing college football all throughout the year. If you want their full info and insight, get over to RunPureSports.com. And like I said, if you want a little promo code, hit up Big T 44 DFS on Twitter or in Discord for a little extra promo code to get in on RunPureSports.com. Big T, final thoughts from you before we get out of here.
No, I'm looking forward to it. It should be a good game. Miami's been awesome. Indiana's been awesome. Great stories. These aren't teams that have been here in a long time. Indiana, never really. Miami since, 25 years ago or however long ago it was now. So you get some fresh teams in there, which I like a lot. I'm looking forward to it.
Yep. Bruce, final thoughts from you?
Yeah, same. Last game of the year, been kind of bittersweet all day. always stinks in the year. But it's going to be a great game. I have my bets up on the playbook as well at the bottom. So I know there's some good bets this evening for sure. I don't know how much the lines have moved, but I put them in this morning. But yeah, always hate ending the year. But I love Run Pure, all the people in the Discord, Tony and JSU, Rubio, all have worked hard all year. So it's good to see. I'm just always probably shed a tear this evening after the game's over. And
no one works harder than you.
I was gonna say, I was like, we appreciate you.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't shit. Fuck Tony. I appreciate Bruce.
Yeah.
I mean, Bruce.
I don't blame you. I
would
would agree with that too.
Well,
thanks,
we
guys.
appreciate everyone who checks out Run Pure Sports, signs up, checks out Bruce's content, Big T's content for college football. All these guys, they do a ton of work. They do a great job all throughout the year. So, appreciate them. Shoot them a message in Discord. Let them know because they do an awesome job all throughout the year. If you want Bruce's bets, they're at the bottom of the playbook, like he said. But that's going to do it here. Yes. Final thoughts. It's fitting on a JSU hosted show that we finish out the show, Mike, with JSU. We back this week on the MMA streets, baby. We are back. We'll have a show. Don't you worry, Mike. We'll have a show on this channel, so make sure you subscribe for the MMA winners. But that's going to do it for college
Running
football.
$100 MMA pool too. Get in it. This starts this week. The $100 season long pool and PGA this week. So if you want. The football one was fun. I think people liked it for the most part. It's just put $100 in, get weekly prizes and end of season prizes. And yeah, $100. All you got to do is.
How do they do that, Big T?
Yeah, I posted it on my Twitter, but just Venmo me $100 with your DK handle and I'll send you the invite. It's that easy.
And it's a season long contest, guys. So there's going to be prizes.
And no more fees either. Just $100 and you're in for the whole year. Just nice and simple. Just $100. Nothing crazy. Just
we're doing like top 5, Big T. We're doing like top 5.
Yeah, as long as we get like a decent number of people. But we'll announce it. Like if we only get like 20 or something, it'll be top like 3 or something. But
right.
If it's as long as we get enough.
I've got Sage Northcutt this week. Is he still fight?
That you got to ask the MMA expert.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
You don't remember Sage Northcutt?
I do remember him, but it's so long ago. I was like, you said that, threw me for a loop. I love how Tony's like, you got to ask the expert.
I don't know.
I think that's like the last time I've watched MMA.
That's a really long time.
You watched Block fight at my house?
Oh yeah, that's true.
When was his last fight? I wonder that.
I don't know. He just always cracked me up. He just
May
didn't
of
look
2023 was his last fight.
Hell yeah. No.
There you go. So that wasn't too long ago. All right, though, that's going to do it. Make sure you check out the season-long contest for MMA and PGA if you want to get in on that. Just shoot Big T a Venmo, $100 for the entire season for this year. One-time payment, Venmo him, and you get in on that. So check that contest out. But that's going to do it for the College Football Print Factory Edition National Championship game with Miami and Indiana. Hope you guys enjoy the game tonight. Good luck to everyone in their DraftKings DFS and betting over at DK Sportsbook. For Big T and Bruce, I'm JSU. We'll see you guys later. We're out. Peace.